Hello and welcome to my Fourboysandanlgirl podcast. My name is Patty and I am coming to you from cold, gray and sleety Newfoundland and Labrador. I live on the most easterly part of the province, on the island of Newfoundland in the province. And right now I can barely see the ocean. It is, the clouds are low. It is raining, going to turn to snow this afternoon, which will be our first, if we get any accumulation, it'll be our first real snow of this season. So that's kind of neat. This is a podcast about knitting, crocheting, cross-stitch, quilting, sewing, basically all the things that I make, different crafts. I am, what the term is, I think, multi-craftual, so I am very multi-craftual. Oh, and rug hooking as well. I didn't mention rug hooking. I have a few rug hook pieces to show you, finished objects today. I have a little Christmas ornament that I crafted with a glue gun, and I have a knitting finished object for you today as well. So let's get started. The first finished object I'll show you is a knitted project. This is the Ice River hat by Curious Handmade. I'm not sure if the cameras, I apologize for the light. It is a very gray day here today. So this is a beautiful hat designed by Helen Stewart from Curious Handmade. I will put it on. It is knit in a single ply, hand dyed by an indie dyer, Kumi Stoddart, who is here in Newfoundland. Hi, Kumi. I picked this up at the Newfoundland Labrador Craft Council Christmas Fair a few weeks ago, and I got a matching fingering weight to go with it, so I'm going to knit. If anybody is involved in KnitVint this year, there's a cowl, a beautiful, there's a cowl, I can't remember what the cowl is called offhand. Anyway, there's a beautiful cowl that Sweet Dreams, anyway, I'll put it on the screen, I can't remember. I want to knit that cowl in just the plain blue. Sorry, I'll tell you about who's over there in a second. In the plain blue to go with this cap, because I think that would make a really nice set. So I'm really happy with it. It does need a pom-pom. I haven't got the pom-pom on yet, even though I've been wearing it. I need to get the pom-pom on. I've got one picked out. I just need to get it on the hat. So that's my first finished object. Yay! My second finished object I wanted to show you was this little ornament that I made at the Military Family Resource Center yesterday. It's just a little snowman. Isn't he cute? It's got a little bit of red on his hat. Some beading around his, glued on beading around the brim of his hat, and some pretty, a scarf, some pretty stickers down at the bottom. He's so cute. So I'll be able to hang him on our tree this year. I will put him over here so I don't drop him with my other things. The last finished objects I want to show you is I'm helping out a friend. Well, I'm going to give a few, very few, I'd hope to get more done, but some rug hooked piece to a friend of mine who's having a table at the Jack Byrne Arena here in Torbay, and it's going to be a rug hooking table. So I had hooked up some of these row houses and glued them, finished them, and then glued them onto wood. So that's the blue one. Here's the red one. And here's a green one. So these are just simple little row houses that are reminiscent of the row houses that are in downtown St. John's. It's back there too. So that's it for my finished object. I have to take this off. It is too warm to wear a hat here today. So actually, I'm a bit disheveled this morning. We are fostering, we started 3 days ago, we're fostering a little beagle dog. Her name is Madison. She's over curled up right now on one of our dog beds. She has been a really wonderful little dog. My only complaint about Madison is she's not house trained yet. So she's had a few accidents around the house. So I have had to be very diligent bringing her outside. Now, one of the great things about Madison is that she is crate trained. So I've got no worries about her having accidents or her and the cats getting in there. The cats are fine with dogs, and Madison was okay with the cats, but the cats aren't too interested in her at all, and they're avoiding her at all costs. So I put her in the crate so then the cats can roam free while we're away and use their litter and get something to eat and such. And then Madison comes out when we're home. And she has been getting a multitude of walks every day. She's a really good little dog. She's a rescue. She lived in a barn. She's about 5 years old, and so that would account for the fact why she's not house trained, because she doesn't have a whole lot of indoor experience. But she's a really sweet little dog. Excellent with the kids. Is not scared of noises. So all the noises in our house she's been fine with. So she's been absolutely awesome. So we're really enjoying her. We'll have her for a week or two. She has 2 or 3 families interested in adopting her. And so we know that she's going to be going on to a forever family soon. But it's kind of a great opportunity for us to help out the Beagles. And I'll put we're fostering her through BeaglePaws.com or through the Beagle Paws organization. And I'll put their information on the screen. And yeah, so it's kind of a great introduction for us to fostering, because we know she's going, because there is some concern we may end up adopting. I guess concern. I don't know if I'm ready for a full-time dog yet. We don't have a fenced backyard, so every time she goes out, I have to take her out for a walk on her leash. So it's a lot of extra work to have a dog. But I like the idea of having one every now and then more regularly, because we always dog sit for friends and family, but we don't get to do that very often. So this makes it a bit more regular. So that's Madison. I'll insert a picture here of her so you can see her too. Alright, so the next thing, I want to show you one of my works in progress. I've been almost monogamous with this particular knitting project. I've been working on cross stitch as well, because I'm trying to get a design out in December, a new design, but I'm also, I've been knitting on this project. So this is part of the Pen Pal challenge that I'm doing with my pen pal Victoria. Hi Victoria, over at Victoria Knits Podcast. And this is being hosted by Lucky Jenny and Lucky Jenny Knits Podcast and Jenny and Candy at the Pause for Stitches podcast. Hi Jenny and Candy. So Victoria and I are part of that Pen Pal Cow, which is a closed group now, but we have challenges set for us for part of the knit along. So the last challenge to be done by the 31st of December is a cowl, and it's called, this is going to be a bad picture and I apologize for that. It's called the BFF Cowl. It's knit in 2, it's a really neat idea because it's knit in 2 pieces, and then what we're doing is we're knitting each a piece of the cowl, and then we're exchanging them and knitting the other piece. So the cowls are very different patterns, but then they interlock. So Victoria, if you don't want to see my progress, don't watch this part of the video. But this one, and Victoria and I decided we're doing this, I'm just using Patton's Canadiana, so it's 100% acrylic yarn. We decided that we would just use inexpensive yarn for this particular project. And so here is what I have done. So these are seed pods. I think they kind of look like rose hips or something. But it's a really pretty pattern, and I'm really pleased with myself that I was able to knit this. I have to be honest, I would not have picked out this pattern myself. I would have been too intimidated, and I've been able to do it. So I will in fact knit this particular part of the pattern twice. This one is going to be going to Victoria, and then I'm going to knit another one in a slightly darker color, which I don't know if you can see. There's a provisional cast on at the beginning. And of course, it's cast on, so it's at the beginning. And then you leave your live stitches at the end on waste yarn, because the 2 cowls have to fit together. So when I send it to Victoria, she'll be able to Kitchener graph somehow them together. I don't know if you can see that darker color there on the bottom, but that's the color that my cowl will be. So it's a really pretty pattern, I must say. Really, really nice. So that's that. I am 3/4 of the way through, so I have one more pattern repeat to do, and then I can get this off to Victoria, which I'm really hoping to have done very, very shortly, because I have 2 cowls that I'm involved with at the end of December 1st, which is tomorrow, and I want to talk about those a little bit. So the first one that I'm going to be involved in is one that myself and the ladies over at the Fibre Friends, just a second now, sorry for the racket, at the Fibre Friends podcast in London, Ontario. Hi, Carolyn and Adrian and Louise. Hi, ladies. So they are the starters of this particular podcast, knit along. And it's called A Canadian Afghan A Cow. Now, I decided to purchase the book. You don't have to if you want to get involved in this knit along. There's one pattern, and it's the A pattern. And let's see if I can, no, there's no pictures inside. So, see, it is right here where my finger is. Hopefully the camera will focus on that. And I'll turn it around and try and get it to focus on this panel too. So the designers have released this A block in a one pattern. I think it's $6, but if you use the coupon code PODCOW, then that will give you, I think it's $1 off the pattern. And you can knit, this will knit up to a 14 by 14 inch pillow. But what I've decided to do, I like the idea of doing the A pillow, and I know that a lot of Canadians are reputed to use the word A, but we don't really in Newfoundland and Labrador, so that's one reason why I didn't want to knit that one. The other one is I fell in love with this particular block, which is the maple leaf, the Canadian flag. And it starts on the 1st of December, so it starts tomorrow. It'll be running until the 28th of February 2018, so you have lots of time if you're trying to get Christmas knitting done to not even cast this on until the beginning of January. I'm hoping to cast it on, but I really need to get this cowl finished, and then I will be casting this on. The other cowl that I'm involved in that I want to do is the Project Peace cowl, it's not a cowl this year. It was last year, I think, or the year before. It's Project Peace. I'll put the information on the screen because I can't remember all the exact details. And I know that it's a shawl this year. I'm going to be using the sample that's on Ravelry is beautiful. It's knit in two different hand-dyed colorways. Just beautiful. I've decided I'm going to knit it in plain white. I have some Debbie Bliss Cash Merino that I'm going to use for it. I'm going to use the DK weight version of the shawl in hopes that this cowl starts on the 1st of December. The idea is that you sit and knit and think about ideas for peace or reflect on the writings that the author has on the blog, the lady who organized it, whose name escapes me. Again, I'll put that on the screen. And I want to take part in that, and you need to be knitting every day on this particular piece. So I figured a DK weight was good, and that might allow me to get up to the 21st with close to a completed shawl. So that's the idea there. I'm looking outside. It is now snowing. Sideways. It is really an awful day here. I have to say, part of the reason why the light is gone, we still have birthday balloons left over from mine and my husband's birthday, so hopefully that makes the lighting a little bit better. I do apologize for the lighting. I didn't do anything about it today. So that is the second cowl. So there's the Canadian Afghan A knit along beginning on the 1st of December, and then the Project Peace one that's beginning on the 1st of December. So I really need to get this knitting done. I don't know if I'll get it finished today, but you know what? I will try. I will try and have it finished today. If not today, then tomorrow, so I get the rest of my knitting done, because I don't have a whole lot of Christmas knitting. I have a few odds and sods of Christmas knitting left. I have a couple hats left to do, and I have the baby blanket left to finish. I don't have much left on that either. So I think it's doable. I just need to buckle down and get it done. And like I said, I am also working on a cross-stitch design that I want to release in December. It'll probably be mid-December, so it's going to be a little bit later than I'd hoped, but that's just life. And speaking of life, I'd like to say a huge thank you to everybody who follows me on Instagram. I had indicated, I think for people who have been coming, if you're new, then hopefully this is not too much information, but if you're a return viewer, you likely know that I live with depression, and the past couple or 3 weeks have been very difficult for me. I don't know if it was the time change or the change in light, because it's been very gray, or what it's been, but I've had a really rough 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm feeling much better now, which is one of the reasons why I'm back today taping a podcast, because this is one of the things I absolutely love to do. And I'd like to say thank you so much to all the people who reached out and either are still continuing to check on me, who have been so generous with your love and your support on Instagram. I really, really do appreciate it. Mental illness is a horrible thing. I wish we could get rid of it entirely, but it is something that a lot of us live with, and I have my ups and downs, so hopefully I will continue to have more ups and downs in the future, as I have had in the past few years. I've been much more stable, so hopefully that'll continue. So on to some happier things. Let's talk about acquisitions. Yay! So the first thing I'm going to show you is in this came from Kaleidoscope City and from the UK. This is a crochet kit that I had gotten from there, and this actually is going to go under the Christmas tree for me, so sort of attached to my stocking. So I'm going to briefly show it to you because I haven't looked at this yet, and then it is going to go back under the tree. Well, we haven't got the tree out. The tree goes up this weekend, but it's going to go under the tree. But I wanted to show it off. So first of all, there is this gorgeous Kaleidoscope City project bag. And it's a wedge bag. Like I said, I haven't looked at this yet. So exciting. So it's got a box bottom, so that'll stand up really nicely. It feels like it has interface in it. That's really nice, really well made. Just got a light blue interior. Isn't that cute? I love the kind of vintage looking ornaments on the pattern there. That's beautiful. So there's that. It came with a crochet hook. If I can find, yeah, there it is. It's a number 3 crochet hook. So I don't know how is the best way to show you that. So they do the handles on the crochet hooks. Isn't that gorgeous? It's really pretty. And then we've got, so this is a kit that makes 2 ornaments. So these 2 sized ornaments and the mini skeins. And then it comes with a pattern, which I won't show you. But it's a Christmas bauble pattern. And here are the minis. Here are the colors for this pattern. Oh, aren't those beautiful? Can you see those? There. Isn't that gorgeous? I can't remember what this kit was called, because they had different names on them. Anyway, this is just beautiful, and I absolutely love it. And now I've got to pack it up so I can put it under the tree. So that's gorgeous. Thank you so much to the ladies at Kaleidoscope City. This is the first time I've gotten anything from them. It came from Kent in the UK. It's the first time I've gotten one of these kits, and I thought, what a nice idea to make some ornaments over the holidays and crochet some ornaments. I haven't done any crocheting in a little while, and get some new ornaments for the year, and then have that pattern so then I can make more as well. So thank you very much, ladies. One of my other acquisitions comes from Canada. This is from the Prairie Dye Studio, which is handmade in the Canadian prairies. I got this package of, I love these style of stitch markers. So hopefully the camera's going to focus on those. This is perfect for the shawl that's upcoming. So I'm actually going to put that over here, which is where my needles are. The other thing that I got from Prairie Dye Studio is, this is a cashmere sparkle sock, 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% stellina, and the color is Silver Bell. I saw this and I could not resist. Can you see the sparkles? It's kind of a grayish brown in this light, but it is a little bit more of a paler gray when the lighting is better. It is just beautiful. Gorgeous. So this is a fingering weight, and there are 400 yards on this. Oh, and I can't wait to use this. I have a feeling I know what I'm going to use this in, and it's going to be in a shawl, but I'll keep you posted in terms of whether or not that's what I use it for or not. Just gorgeous. Thank you, Prairie Dye Studio. I love it. I love it. Okay, I have more acquisitions. So Knit Picks had a sale. Felici was on sale. I picked up 2 balls each of these colors. So this one, now these I think are special reserve. This one's called Candy Shop, and I don't know if you can get this one anymore. So that's Candy Shop. Very bright. This one I think is going to be an Easter cast on. The other one, which I'll probably be casting on much sooner, is again special reserve. So I don't know, I can't remember if these ones they weren't going to make them anymore, and this one is called Punch Bug. Punch Bug, isn't that pretty? So I got 2 balls each of those so I can make a pair of socks. And I also got some books that I have been eyeing. Toasty Toes, Socks for All Seasons. This even has like a sock for January, a sock for every month. Do you think I can knit a sock every single month, a pair of socks? I don't know, but it's worth considering. I'll think about that. I also got Socktacular. I've heard a lot about this booklet, and I was interested in getting that. So that's got some great ideas in there. It's not, it's different than I was expecting. I like it, but it's a different format than I was expecting. And it has charts, and I'm not very confident reading charts, so that's going to give me some good practice there. And this one's a new one by Knit Picks this year. It's called Merry Knitmas by Knit Picks. Let me show you. I love this pillow, this Santa pillow on the back. And I love these little ornaments. So I got that. Not to leave out cross stitch, because I did some cross stitch shopping as well. I haven't bought cross stitch patterns. Now it's snowing more heavily and still sideways. I bought some patterns, cross stitch patterns. I want to show them to you. This is the 2017 Santa by Prairie Schooler, and I think this is the last year they're going to put one out. So I thought, I really like that. I liked it because it has a polar bear, and I like polar bears. There's this one, which is hands-on design, and it has it's 3 house ornaments. I'm not sure how well this is going to focus, but hopefully you'll be able to get a sense of what that looks like. Really cute. And then I got 2 more hands-on designs. These are chalkboard ornaments. So this one is Be Jolly, Be Merry, and Believe. And this kit comes with the little buttons and pieces of felted holly that goes with it. And then this one is Glad Tidings, Great Joy, Goodwill to All chalkboard ornaments. So I got those. And I got some linen to go with it. The chalkboard ornaments. So the linen that calls for, they didn't have, but they had this color in gunmetal, which is just beautiful. I'm really happy with that. So I cannot wait to use this. This is just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I'm thrilled with that. So I got all this from an Etsy shop, and the name of the Etsy shop is called The Cottage Needle. I will put their information on the screen. I've also made a recent order to 123 Stitch in the US, and now I've found a Canadian supplier as well. When I get some more information on that, I will let you know, because that's kind of exciting to find I would like to support Canadian companies as well. So that is all for my acquisitions and finished objects and such. I am sorry it's taken me a while to get back on this podcasting process, but that's just life. I'm trying not to be too hard on myself, that I just wasn't feeling up to podcasting for the past 2 weeks. But I'm back, and I intend on podcasting again weekly on hopefully Thursdays. Thursdays tends to be a good day for me. And Madison says hi, the boys say hi, and again, thank you so much for coming and sharing some time with me in my little corner of the podcast world. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have some time this week to make something that makes your heart happy. Take care. Bye-bye.